Hello, my name is Danny Gray. I'm a senior consultant at PTI Worldwide. I want to talk to you about why 9 out of 10 businesses default to focusing often on the wrong group of people when it comes to managing performance. The rule of 80-20 or Pareto's law can be applied in lots of different aspects of life. It's often used in business to describe customer spend, where 20% of the customers are responsible for generating as much as 80% of the overall revenue. We can use Pareto's law when it comes to managing performance and potential within our individuals and within teams in our business. If you think about it, most organisations can find that as much as 20% of their people are high performing. They're overachievers. They over-deliver against their KPIs on a regular basis, constantly exceeding expectations, constantly raising their bar. 70% often fall into something called hearts and souls, the lifeblood of a business, the backbone of an organisation. They provide that very good, stable, consistent level of performance and results that the business so desperately needs. 10%, we call these the disruptors. These are individuals that either have poor performance and poor behaviour, or even a combination of the two. In fact, in my experience of working with businesses over many years, I've noticed that managers are spending an awful lot of time on this bottom 10%. In fact, I would say in many instances to the neglect of the rest of the people within their teams. Now, there's another level of opportunity here if we delve a little bit deeper into the hearts and souls. If we dig into those a bit deeper, it's likely that as much as 20% of those 70 fall in something called potential. These are people that have a high level of potential to be high performers of the future. Think about it like this. They're chasing the tail of your high performers. They have a desire and aspiration to be high performing. However, for some reason, they're just not quite there. Could be performance, could be skills, could be knowledge, could be experience, could be one of those number of things, but they have an appetite, and that's an appetite that's worth managing and worth developing. You will without a doubt have a good number of hearts and souls, maybe around about 40% in most organisations. These are the backbone that I talked about earlier on. They're good, consistent, reliable people. They're never going to want to be your next CEO or the next senior leader in the organisation, but they're quite happy to come to work and do a great job. 10% we call these sliders, and we call them sliders because they've got an opportunity to go one of two ways. They could go down, so in other words, they could move down into that disruption pot and in terms that become the next poor performers or poor behaviored individuals in the business, or they could go up. If managed well, they could potentially step into the hearts and souls bracket or the hearts and souls camp. Now, here's the question. Imagine if you spent a considerable amount of time and you created a 10% uplift in your low performers. Compare that to if you spent some good amount of time on your high performers and you created a 10% uplift there. Where would the greatest return be on your time? I guess for me, when it comes to managing the performance of people and getting the absolute best from your teams, it's important to invest time, effort and energy managing across the entire platform, but make sure the right amount of time is spent on the right amount of things. Too often we're spending an increased amount of time on the wrong areas of our team and not getting the potential that we may have underlying and untapped across our business. Good luck. For me, my name's Danny. I will see you next time.